welcome to Mission 2. So, I went to the store, I bought another huntsman, and this is what I will be using for the second part of the trial on Huntress for the Night Gyre. Or the Night Jeer, or whatever you want to call it. These are the mechs I'll be using, and the pilots I'll be giving them to. Here's the loadouts. I'll just quickly show them off. You guys can pause and recreate these if you want to. This is saving a lot of time. I'm going to have fun with Gauss now while I still can. Good old small laser Nova right here. The Ghost Bear campaign definitely has longer range fights in it. Like, the Smoke Jaguar campaign had lots and lots of, honestly, 500 meter or less fights that made mass small lasers on the Nova really OP. But the Ghost Bear DLC definitely will punish you for not having range, because there are a lot of fights. There's at least one fight in every mission that occurs at long range, that is 500 meters and beyond. Like I said, unlike the Smoke Jaguar campaign, where I swear everything was up in your face at like 300 meters most of the time, 500 max. This campaign will have a lot of enemies close up, but it will also have a lot of enemies at well over 500 meters in range, and so these small lasers are not going to cut it for long, is what I'm getting at. This Huntsman is the same as the other one. So the Nova is still useful for a while, but we are eventually going to want longer range weapons than we did in the Smoke Jaguar campaign for sure. So those are my mechs, those are my pilots. This is the research I have chosen to do. I chose to get Ultra Autocannon Cooldown 2 and Ultra Autocannon Damage 2 first. I am focusing on my Ultra Autocannons first. They're actually really fun weapons if you use the solid slugs. If you use regular Ultra Autocannons, you get like a spray of bullets that just are not accurate at all, that don't hit the target you point at. And so always use these solid slug autocannons, and they work great, honestly, as I will be demonstrating later. But for now, I want to go ahead and get the upgrades for them now, so that they'll actually be really OP when we get to them. Immediately upon completing the first mission, the most important thing to do by far is to dump all of your honor, like everything you can, into upgrading salvage operations. That way you can salvage as much as possible, as early as possible. Trust me, you are going to be starving for salvage later, even with max salvage upgrades. So max out your components now, early on, and then I believe looks like is that a lab upgrade? I think I got some more scientists. Or did I? Yeah, I got... Well, there's the number of scientists I have, and here's the number of upgrades I have, so you'll be able to tell if I upgraded any of those. It's been a while since I made this file, so I have forgotten if I upgraded them. But you'll be able to tell based on what you have and what I just showed off, where I spent my honor. Also, experience for our pilots. This is what I ended up with for each character after the first mission was concluded. As I said, I'll be mostly playing with Lilith. Like, most of the time I'll just play with Lilith, but there will be a few missions later where I will switch to other people just to build up their experience, so that I can have them, at a relatively high level. as I play through the campaign. Just a side note, something else you can do if you want to is you can use the sim pod to gain experience, and that will enable you to power up your pilots early on. Like you can do a few missions and then go back in the sim pod and do them again and maybe complete some of the little side objectives. And if you manage that, you'll get some more experience to help you during the main playthrough. I'm not going to bother with that, but just something I'd like to go ahead and mention. For Tara, you want to level up Mech Expert first, and for Jonathan, you really want to level up Fast Learner just about as quickly as you can. Fast Learner is going to be important for him so he can catch up to everyone else, and Mech Expert is probably the most useful thing that Tara does. Honestly, missiles are still bad in this. They did nerf energy weapons a little bit from the Smoke Jaguar campaign, but they're still easily the best weapons to use. I know I'm researching ultra autocannon upgrades, but that's like the only non-energy weapon that's actually of any use. Eventually, once you have enough EXP built on Tara and you can get things like missile spread down to 50%, she does actually kind of make SRMs pretty good. I don't know if I'll get a chance to show that off, but actually you can do some fun stuff with missiles with Tara later, but not early on. Like, you really need her max upgrades to really have fun with that, and it's still kind of a niche playstyle. So my point being, she doesn't really have a lot of useful things. Like, the ECM stuff is already at level 4. Level 5 won't improve things that much, and it's very expensive early on. And then the missile stuff isn't useful until it's maxed out later in the campaign. So really, the most useful thing you can do with Tara is get Mech Expert up to max. That way you can unlock variants for certain mechs as we go much faster. So that's, in my opinion, where you are, where best to spend the experience on these two. For Rick, pretty much these 4. For Lilith, I personally am gonna love ballistics here in the early game, and then eventually I'll switch to energy and then back to ballistics. So I'm going for ballistic stuff first. You can pretty much ignore missile cooldown until you have nothing left to do. And it's mostly the same for Sam here, too. You can just ignore missile cooldown and get these two things. Well, he needs to save up for evasion first before he gets anything. I'm going to be saving up for evasion so he can match everyone else at 60%. And then I'll be giving him these, I guess, until... yeah, until he's got these maxed out, and then I'll give him this last if there's nothing else to do. Anyway. So, we're already set up for the mission. Let's go ahead and get it rolling.
Phase 1 of this trial was a success. Star Colonel Pride took the bait and has played right into our hands. She has activated the bulk of her force at their main base. Once the trial resumes, we will engage them. Our objective is simple. Hammer their forces until they accept Hyjira or run out of assets.
They could fall back beyond their fort and try to draw things out.
If they do, they will hit a wall. Star Commander Rook and his points will array behind it and stop their retreat cold.
We will not let one Falcon slip past us.
Meanwhile, Star Captain Lilith, we will work together to battle through the forces defending the base and then assault it. If we inflict enough damage to the base, the Jade Falcon's resolve will vanish.
Then, game over.
And we collect our prize.
Thank Kerensky, Jade Falcon leadership brought the Night Gear back with them from the homeworlds. We have yet to meet the mech on the battlefield, but no doubt they will unleash it on us once Phase 2 begins. Once we secure them, these heavies will be useful hardware in the fights to come. The Jaegers are unworthy of these machines. We will know how to maintain them better. I cannot wait to add them to the fold for Clan Ghost Bear.
All right. I believe we've allowed the Falcons enough rest. Ready your units for Phase 2 of this trial.
Okay. Mechs are already pre-built in each file, so we can just jump right into the mission.
We must barge through and hit their base and cause enough structural damage that they wave the white flag to save some honor. Or they will wish Leo's showers never gifted them this place.
Jump jet fuel low. Destroy.
I love Gauss rifles. They're so much fun. Oh, I think I missed.
Enemy mech down.
It's okay. Alice actually got it.
All units, watch those artillery impacts. Evade.
Good stuff.
They're hitting every inch. Still feel like a training exercise?
We need to take them out.
Will the Falcons submit to salvage their honor?
Not without our help. We are about to run into all the fight they have left. Check your weapons.
Okay, so Gauss rifles are really good and really fun, but unfortunately, because there's
Falcons in
such
every
large
direction.
weapons,
Firing! I love blasting the arrogance right out of them.
More coming in hot.
Determined to fight to the last. Just more birds for slaughter.
Destroy.
Drops that target.
unfortunately, because Gauss rifles,
Hostile elemental just clamped onto me.
unfortunately, because Gauss rifles are such large weapons, they take up a lot of space. Because they take up so much space, a lot of mechs can't mount more than two, if they can even mount one.
They are pulling out all the stops.
And so, unfortunately,
Even if they won, the Jaguars would not have to lift a finger to overtake this place.
they're not
They have a threshold.
as useful
Once they reach it, they will tap out.
as I wish they were.
Until then, we keep littering the mountain with them.
Ghost Bears, this is Alpha. We're inching closer to the base. We are closing in too.
Target.
Star Commander Rook, get into position.
Copy that. If they try and run, they will hit a steel wall. Dropped that target.
Okay, we definitely need to take out these aerospace fighters, like, before moving on. Or at least some of them before we push on, because they can actually deal a lot of damage, unlike their inner sphere counterparts.
Low.
These actually hurt a lot if you ignore them.
Empty.
I missed a few. It's okay, we can pull up. They have a turnaround point up ahead that we can hit. But yeah, anyway, Gauss rifles are very large and take up a lot of space, and so most mechs can't mount them, and the ones that can't really mount more than two. And so, unfortunately, Gauss rifles end up being not so great later on, just because you can't have enough of them to make a difference. But in the early to mid-game, double Gauss like this is fun. It's fun to play with,
Combat fatigue is not hitting you yet, is
so
it,
I'm going
Cub?
to take advantage of that
No pausing
while I
outside the
can.
sim. Have not even broken a sweat.
one?
Alpha, this is Bravo.
That?
Our route to the base is clear. Moving there now.
Interesting. It's like a solar shield maybe or something? Blocking part of the sun, although it should still be bright enough that it's completely blocking our view.
If Pride fueled Elita, it would have ended there. Instead, she has dragged us out.
And their numbers are taking a serious hit. Explaining the sorry state of the Jaegers will be her next battle.
Scan mode engaged.
Let's make sure we get our salvage right here. Very
Scan
important.
salvage. Marked for pickup.
Can also get ammo for what it's
Scan
worth.
complete.
I always give my star mates energy weapons. I don't really trust them with
Disengage.
ballistics most of the time.
Destroy.
There we go. So throughout the playthrough, you will be seeing that I usually equip my star mates with lasers. Because ballistics and
Systems
things,
offline.
they're too unreliably inaccurate for me to trust them with those weapons most of the time. They just miss a lot and waste ammo. They don't have the best DPS that way.
Af, following you.
But yeah, anyway, that turnaround point up there is a great place to take out those aerospace fighters. It's actually very important that you destroy clan aerospace fighters when they're against you. Because, like I said earlier, unlike their inner sphere counterparts, the clan ones are armed with PPCs and AC-20s, so they actually hurt really bad if you ignore them. But anyway, so yeah, pushing on. Plus, another thing about Gauss rifles is because of the way this game handles the upgrades, like they start you out with like +1 or +2 upgrades in for everything, for all weapons. So the Gauss rifles are actually pretty well upgraded for just our second mission here. So I'm gonna have fun with them while I can, nice and early on.
More ground forces!
This has dragged on long enough. Let us bring them down.
I have faced tougher fights on Bear Claw. This is a glorified training exercise.
Until you take a blast to the chest. Focus! Another down.
New target.
Eyes up!
Incoming.
Egg.
Target.
Somebody legged that person on the way down too.
Threat neutralized.
Target destroyed.
We just reached firing range.
There we
Time to
go.
force Martha Pride out of her nest. It will not take long. Unless she's intent on bleeding her entire force into the ground.
This will be a great first victory on my codex.
Did we miss the transmission when the Falcons surrendered?
First battle and the Cub thinks he should be awarded the Shield of Zung.
Did Sean receive that after Last Frontier?
Watch it, Cub.
I read what he did. He sacrificed himself so you all could escape.
F. But they do not teach you about real sacrifice on Bearclaw. You only learn that in real combat. We shall see if you live long enough for it to sink in. The Falcon base is dead ahead. Tighten up. The air dug in.
ID tags show night gear mechs are on the field. They will not be for long. Time to see what these heavies are capable of.
This could be their last stand.
Destroy.
They're bending. Time to break them. All attack units, hit the base.
Right on the mark, Star Captain. That pilot is punching out.
Easy. I don't have any weapons in my arms, so it's okay if I lose them. Just gonna blow up some buildings. Because I want to. coming up. Ready for that. Some salvage, ammo, and turret controls.
Security overridden.
The fight is over this way.
Scanning complete. Scanning disengaged. New target.
Got it! That mech signature is dead! Another target down, Star Captain!
Oh, this one's going my legs. I gotta be careful. There we go, got him.
Target.
Ooh. You guys going for my legs. That's dirty. I see that.
Keep hitting it! Close the walls on them!
All the elementals dead too? Okay. They almost got me there by going for my legs like that. There's no more mechs until after we patch up. Oh my gosh. That's dirty.
Scanner engaged.
Okay, so we need to damage the Falcon base, but before the final fight,
Base goes critical.
we need to get this.
We've intercepted Falcons trying to retreat into the
It's
forest.
our last salvage
We
for
will
this
make sure
mission.
they stay where they are.
Thank you, Star Commander.
Scanning disengaged.
I'm gonna say,
It will be done.
yeah, Jonathan repair and me repair. Oh my gosh.
Systems offline. Field repairs complete.
Going for my legs like that. At least there's only one more enemy star to take down.
As ordered, Star Captain, on your sector. Sakan Kabrinsky, this is Star Colonel Martha Pride. Well timed. Your base is under siege and your units are dropping like flies. Do you wish to signal an end to this trial? Nick, but since you insist on fighting like Inner Sphere Surats, I will treat you like them. We have fought within the bounds of honor. I have witnessed the bounds of your honor. Now you shall witness mine. Mission accomplished, Sakan. She is on the field. Af, we hit her forces with everything we have.
More night gear, Max. They pack a punch. Great shooting, Star Captain.
No more ECM cover for them.
Concede, Star Colonel. Salvage some of your warriors and your honor. You underestimate our capabilities, Ghost Bear. And you are overestimating your odds.
Got it. That mech signature is dead.
Destroyed.
There we go.
Your Falcons are beaten, Star Colonel Pride. My offer of Hydra stands. Do you accept?
Hydra is honorable
In the name of
withdrawal.
Clan Jade Falcon, I accept the offer of Hajira. Well bargained and done, Star Colonel Pride. Well bargained and done. All units, our foes acknowledge our victory in this trial. Stand down. All that is left is for us to collect our prize.
So, Martha Pride is a very opportunistic character, to say the least, in the books. And she later becomes Khan of the Jade Falcons. For those who don't know, Hydra is basically the opportunity to withdraw from a conflict honorably and just accept the other party's claim. without further contest. So that's how the clans work. Clan Ghost Bear came and said, hey, you've got those brand new shiny mechs, but we want them. We would like to take them from you, so we challenge you to an honorable contest for the right to possess your stuff. Basically. They accepted the challenge, and then presumably had something they wanted from us in exchange if we lost. But obviously it doesn't matter. Because we won. Because we have plot armor. We are the heroes. Or, well, we're the main characters. I don't want to say heroes in the MechWarrior universe. Anyway. But yeah, Hyjira is just the opportunity for them to be like, yeah, we've had enough. We honorably withdraw. You can have what you wanted. So, I enjoyed playing with the Gauss rifles while I still could. Like I said, most mechs moving up from the Hunchback aren't going to be... They either won't have the ability to mount Gauss rifles because they're too big, or they won't be able to mount enough of them to make a difference. So, I just wanted to have fun with that. As I said before, max weapon components first, then max equipment components, and then we don't have any left over for mech components at the moment. Later on, I will devote some runs to get some of the missions to getting mech components just for that structure upgrade, but we're not in a hurry to get it right now. We need weapon upgrades first and foremost.
Attention, MacJock.
Where did Aletha find this kid? I understand the Khan wanting to keep top talent distributed across the frontline galaxies. The freshly blooded Sibco graduate? In the Keshik? We had to earn our blood names and take down a Ghost Bear to join the Silver Root. A child is nothing but an insult to us.
We have our former Khan's incompetence to thank for that. Alpha Galaxy cannot afford to lose any more experienced warriors. Aletha and Bjorn have a monumental task ahead of them, trying to get the Ghost Bear back on track. The kid's appointment is Aletha showing the rest of the clan that even a Khan must make sacrifices if we are to right this ship and catch up to our rival clans.
Not bad.
Could be worse. The Cub held his own against the Falcons well enough. Now we see how he does against the Jaguars.
Well, at least this fight will test his patience. The Jaguars have a way of bending the rules in their favor.
Our fearless leaders in the Crusader cause.
Not so much anymore. Leo Showers may have united the clans and led us out of exile, but he is gone now.
And the new Il Khan stacks the deck in favor of the wolves.
Adapt or die.
All Ulrich Karinsky has done is remove the guardrails put in place by Showers. Now the gloves are off, and it's every invading clan for themselves. The Ghost Bears may have stumbled out of the gate, but no one will remember that once Operation Revival is done. and we take our rightful place as the strongest clan in the Inner Sphere.
Okay. So I hope the cutscene volume is loud enough for you guys to hear it. It sounds like it's quieter than the in-mission dialogue. But anyway, that was the second mission done with. I mean, I guess I could quickly show off what we ended up getting by random chance. Those are not particularly great things to get. So, but here's what I ended up with. In the shop for my pre-saved run. They actually gave me the gargoyle early on, but you really want to get the rifleman by this point. If you don't have the rifleman by this point, yeah, you're going to be suffering. The rifleman is a really great mech. There's a reason why, and I'll explain that in the next part. Hey guys, thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, consider checking me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/TrinfiniteX every Friday, Saturday, and Monday. I'd love to meet you. The details will be down below in the description. Also, subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and a comment on what game you'd like to see next, or what you think of my content. I'd be happy to hear from you. As always, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you around.